so. It's a very, very important, powerful tool, provided you know how to use it. This is very critical. But I may also caution that at times, there are instances where the right has been not properly used. In fact, after your invitation, I don't know whether they have. Now, this is an example. This is an extract from Times of India dated 3rd of December. Where the man is asking, give me the Taliban's address, email ID, and telephone number. On the face of it, this is the extreme ridiculous extent to which the RTA Act can be extended. Now, everybody feels happy. The newspaper feels happy because it makes a good reading. The guy asking for information feels good because his name has come. But this kind of abuse is basically any institution. And I go back to this. That today's age is an era of what you call integrity institutions. You create institutions which will enforce and bring integrity, transparency, accountability. RTI, like Information Commissioners or CAG or Election Commission, these are all what you call CVC to bring transparency. But institutions by themselves are only a tool. They are only a mechanism. How well and how effectively or how badly you use these, will determine the success or effectiveness or ineffectiveness of these institutions. And RTI is one area where common man has a great role in making it a success, or that waves which in the introduction was mentioned that it was conceived as a great lighthouse, then there was a dip, and then again people are talking. That is basically because how we use it, how effectively. One part of the RTA Act which probably needs to be strengthened is that it only gives you information. After taking information, if you find that there is something wrong, if you have to correct that, then you have to resort to some other procedure. Maybe approach the administrative hierarchy at the senior level, saying that this deficiency has come up or this irregularity has been disclosed, or move a court of law. So to that extent, this is again time and again when people come and they say, relief ta milya nahi. So we have to tell them, we can only give you information. That is your relief. After getting the information, if you feel that the wrong has been done, on the basis of that information, you can approach the concerned authorities. I think I'll leave it at that, and thank you once again for a very, I would say, responsive audience. And I'm here to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Companies speaking, or as far as your clarity goes, or a journal speaking as far as your conviction goes, and of course, substantially a CIC. You use the word substantially, 51% or more a CIC. So next around 15 minutes for Q&A.
Sir, thank you very much for giving very enlightened presentation on very topical issue. I need your comments on this issue that whenever I talk about the public authorities, you have rightly mentioned that people are very aware that a lot has been done by the government to popularize this act. Why there is a shivering on the part of the public authorities whenever an RTI application is received? They started that RTI ne tang kar rakha hai. You talk to any government officer, whether it's in the education sector, health sector, or any sector, they start blaming RTI ne tang kar rakha hai. And on the face of it, when an application is received in an office, first of all they find out certain faults in that application so that we can postpone this thing to, I think the orientation is needed on the public authorities. They are not geared for that. Secondly, particularly in the government offices, in the public authorities, the staff is not available because the recruitments are not there from the last many years. You know that you have worked as a chief secretary. Staff is not there, staff branch is there. The public APIO or the PIO which are appointed, whosoever has been entrusted the task to provide the information, they are dealing with other works also. So the work laxity is not there. So that's why the lackluster attitude of the people is there, that they are not providing the information. What the commission is doing for this? I need your comment on that. Thank you.
You know, to put it very shortly, this is not the role of commission. Education, awareness, propagation of the Act is a role under the Act assigned to the government. Commission is essentially a quasi-judicial authority which is to adjudicate between the two disputing parties, the public authority and the information seeker. But yes, to endorse you, there is a lot which needs to be done. Hopefully it should be done. Otherwise, as I said, wait till this Twitter age group comes up.
Sir, this bureaucracy has been since independence behind Iron Curtain. And so this bureaucracy has failed India in all respects, on many fronts. So my suggestion is that is it not possible that ISFAR should be abolished? All central, state, up to district level and various departments of all ministries concerned should be headed by qualified professionals with integrity and practical experience of all in their field. Rationalization and procedures are a must. Unless and until IS cadre is not abolished, in my opinion, India will remain poor, sick and a beggar country.
Sir, all that I can say is there is no provision to this effect in RTA.
Not in RTA, my suggestion.
No, I mean, let's remind to RTA, you are entitled to your views. I am not contesting your views. All that I am saying is that this subject is not covered by the RTA.
What is your opinion about the bureaucracy?
I have no opinion as yes.
Sir, you have given a wonderful news over here. What will possibly happen? Does it come under RTA Act? If the Taliban's direct come and give information to Pyarelal Nanda, getting as a person. I seek your points on two parts. One, लोग कहते हैं कि क्या Chief Information Commissioner की post is meant for ex-Chief Secretary always? And if it is so, how he will act on the other part of the curtain? Part A. Part B, what do you say about the recent judgment of the other side? Judicial people saying that only judges should head it.
Let's not get into this controversy because the matter is before the Supreme Court. There is a review application being argued these days, so it would not be appropriate to comment on it. In any case, Supreme Court judgment also does not bar the Chief Secretary from being on the commission. Let the court decide. The whole nation will go by the law set up by the court. The matter is under sub judice at present.
But the change of word, do you feel it will come
You know, without entering into this controversy, because this is a matter which is being argued in a review petition before the Supreme Court, all that I can say, and that will partly answer him also, in the civil services, or for that matter any government services, you move throughout your life from one post to the other. And let me assure you that where you stand on an issue depends where you sit. I mean, if those who are familiar with the government processes will, when you are secretary, let's say PWD, you are fighting tooth and nail for more money to build roads. When you move as finance secretary, you are the first to oppose it and reject it. There are no sources. So, you know, that is how the system is structured.
Sir, have you come across various cases, informations Because this RTA Act, I am also public authority in the sense I am a government officer. So my office also keeps on getting application. Many times people want to know information about others. So one fine morning somebody says, please give me a list of all the people who have been given licensing since such and such date and all that. But if that person is one of the importers, he will never like that information to be given to anyone else. So have you come across any such frivolous application? Normally many a time I deny when somebody is asking information about some other person. I say that I will give a chance to the other party, listen to you, him and only. But at your level.
Sir, I have given you the best example of press and email. What could be more frivolous than this?
Sir, I had tried to say this question to them, they never replied in August. Since they are working on a board model, build, operate, lease and transfer model, did I err in asking them information directly? Should I have put that information from Airport Authority or the Ministry of Civil Aviation?
Well, all that I can suggest to you is that if they haven't given information, you can try and move the Central Information Commission. And they will give a decision whether they are a public authority or not. One point let me clarify out of this. You see, the structure of the RTA Act is this way, that each state has an information commission. There is a Central Information Commission. These are independent of each other. The Central Information Commission deals with public authorities created or under the Government of India, whereas State Information Commissions deal with public authorities created or within the control of the state governments. So like this airport has been established under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the appropriate forum for you to complain or appeal will be Central Information Commission.
Sir, new group is emerging who is seeking information on behalf of a BPL person, and they are seeking information for the last 20 years, how many plans have been sanctioned by the Municipal Corporation. Such a voluminous information which is to be given free of cost to the person, and it is embarrassing and time consuming for the officers.
No, you have a point.
If this trend catches,
you have a point. Some state governments, that is why have in the rules they have incorporated that the application 10 rupee by the BPL is free, but when it comes to furnishing documents, he has to pay.
I think there is no such
not in
provision.
Punjab rules, but what I am saying is some of the states have incorporated this kind of a provision. Probably the state government in Punjab can also consider this, because you see, when you ask for fee of documents, naturally, if you are asking frivolous information, often the people, they withdraw. It acts as a deterrence. But of course, 2 rupees is not such a huge amount. If you are motivated, there is very little that can be done.
And this group is catching so fastly that then they say that just pay me rupees 5,000 and I will withdraw my application.
In such cases, you should report the case to the police. If he's asking money, then it's a crime. You see, it's not RTA.
I think this non-serious information should be curtailed so that the officer could work for which they are
Anyway,
meant.
you are entitled to your opinion. I'm not. I think there's someone else.
Of asking by the citizens about the particular information, why not the government in the internet itself? Like the most governments ask the social service scheme, how much money is spent. If we disclose all the relevant details, all the beneficiaries on the net by the relevant departments or by other departments, then certainly the most of the applications.
So you are right let me answer. You are right. In fact, voter disclosure, it enjoins upon every department to declare and publish all its scheme, all the rules, regulation, acts it's dealing, and all the benefits and concessions it has granted. Its budget provision, but unfortunately, this provision throughout the country has not been implemented in all earnest. As a result, the disclosure suo moto is very partial. In incomplete information is given, if it is disclosed, it's not updated, and in the Act there is no provision to punish public authorities for non-compliance.